The Distinguished Teachers Awards are presented yearly to recognize individuals who stand out among their peers. The University of KwaZulu-Natal, like many universities in South Africa, offers these rewards to affirm and to demonstrate how universities have come to value teaching.
The University of KwaZulu-Natal is a research-intensive university, and it needs to be supported by a very good input of undergraduates transitioning into postgraduates. To produce this kind of postgraduate student, you need really great teachers. And as a result, we have many programs that seek to promote very good teaching in the university. And one of them is the promotion of teaching excellence through the Distinguished Teachers Awards. It's an incentivizing of teachers to really pay good attention to their teaching. In a sense, we're trying to develop teaching superstars in the universities.
What is a distinguished teacher, or who is a distinguished teacher? For me, it is an academic who makes a conscious decision to migrate or to make a conscious shift from exclusively researching disciplinary interests to researching, teaching in the service of student learning. In other words, student learning becomes the focus of an academic's universe rather than a focus on exclusively disciplinary knowledge. Over the past decade at least, we've made significant investments in valuing teaching alongside research and ensuring that there was a parity of esteem between teaching and research.
In 2018, the University of KwaZulu-Natal, for the first time in more than 2 decades, have made 7 awards as opposed to the typical 4 awards. Let's take an in-depth look at each of the awardees. Professor Kathleen Pithouse-Morgan uses a variety of student-centered teaching and learning methods that help students construct their own knowledge.
I think what I really enjoy is seeing my students blossom. That moment when you see that they're growing in confidence, that they are finding out their own ways to do things and that they're enjoying what they're doing. Well, I use arts-based and participatory methods, so everything that I do is very hands-on, very active. For example, when I introduce students to a new reading, we might get together in groups and use words from the reading to make a poem, which the students would then perform and display for each other. So we try and do things in a way that's a bit different to the usual chalk and talk methods.
She has the way of interacting with the students in a way that, you never anticipate that a supervisor can.
So her methods were quite unique because they were engaging the memory, which was something very unique, and the methods also that she used in getting us to engage the memory in the classroom also were also very unique. I remember we had to write letters, which was something was not expected, but it was amazing how just a simple method like writing a letter could actually turn into a teaching tool.
It's important to show that a research-intensive university like ours really values teaching, and that teaching is not something that is just an add-on to the research, but in fact is central to what we do at the university. And that also we can research our own teaching, and that can really contribute to the caliber of the teaching and the research at the university.
I think she is the trailblazer. She is the leader of the pack. She has made us feel confident.
Dr. Msizi Mkhize attempts to make mathematics interesting and has developed several learning initiatives which are integrated in his teaching. He uses mathematical concepts for the teaching of accounting.
A good teacher must be creative, must be innovative, must be able to come up with new ideas. And a good teacher must be, in his or her lesson, there must be 5 C's. There must be curiosity, there must be concentration, there must be communication, there must be creativity and choice. By curiosity, I mean the teacher, when he or she is introducing his or her lesson, must move from known to the unknown, must start from the existing knowledge and move to the new knowledge, and that is the teacher can use the baseline assessment. Curiosity, the students must be always eager, what is coming up next? And communication, there must be two-way communication, there must be discussion, you know what? And the learner-centered approach must be dominant in the class. So that is 5C, that must be in a lesson. Any lesson must have the 5 C's. It has worked for me, it can work for anyone.
I nominated Dr. Mkhize because he made the subject more interesting for us, and he made me become a better student. And his work how he taught us was fun. He always made jokes during our lectures, which took away the tension in the room.
He carried on looking after us after we passed 101 and 102. In our second year, he always checked up on us to see how we're doing. Are we developing? Are we adapting to the second year? Are we increasing the way we're studying? Are we interacting with the right people? Are we making the right kind of friends? So I'll forever be grateful for Dr. Mkhize for playing the role model part in our lives.
I would like to congratulate Dr. Msizi Mkhize for receiving the 2018 Distinguished Teachers Award. This comes from hard work and effort put into teaching and learning. It involves a lot of lecture preparation, creative lecture deliveries, reflection after the lecture, and it takes someone who is willing to learn, unlearn, and relearn to achieve such a high level of teaching practice.
Dr. Faith Ruffin uses a powerful manner in which students are empowered to think independently and to pursue excellence. She's working on the development of IKS in the area in the decolonization.
I didn't start being a part of academia until late in life because I practiced law as an advocate for more than 20 years. And during that time, I taught at paralegals, community colleges, but I didn't actually do this full time until late in life. So now I think one of the reasons that I may have selected this is because it's an avenue for instituting change, and I'm always looking for a way to make change. The world, of course, is always changing, but historically, there have been certain problems in the world and certain issues that still manifest today. And one of those is that certain knowledge systems or certain ways of knowing are marginalized, discounted, not allowed into the mainstream, or even not even considered knowledge at all.
Faith has always been an innovator in her teaching. I think the strength that she has is a passion for teaching, a passion for her students, and a deep care for the quality of what she does and indeed what the students do as well. She's got an energy that is unparalleled. I wish I had some of that energy. So she pursues whatever her goals are with single-minded determination.
I nominated Prof. Ruffin for the GTA award because she was very empathetic towards our class last year. She really assisted us. Prof. Ruffin's teaching style is very unique. It's invigorating. She uses a participatory learning approach, and it allows us as students to learn from each other. We critique each other, we learn and grow together, and that's it's really been a good journey for me.
for me, this award is the recognition of my ancestry. The ones that go back that were teachers when reading and writing were outlawed, even the ones that would have been stolen from the continent, the ones that give me dreams about how to create curriculum.
Dr. Mvuselelo Ngcoya uses non-traditional methods but clearly explains the need for assessing in the traditional sense and has developed a new module which merges theory with practice and actively involves students with the community.
So the idea of challenging the status quo by producing different ways of thinking about the world, for me, that is what it does to be in the classroom. That's what it means to be a teacher. It is to validate the experiences that they already have, not simply as consumers of knowledge, but as producers of knowledge. Interacting with other knowledges, interacting with other perspectives, but from a grounded African perspective. At least that is what, for me, it means to function or to start from a decolonized position. And that means that the subject of the curriculum, the object of the curriculum and the subject of the curriculum is the African.
Dr. Ngcoya is a very nice person. He's very approachable, and he understands that we come from different backgrounds. He's able to create an environment that is very conducive for everybody. He acts like somebody who's like learning from us instead of him pouring knowledge on us.
Phenomenal, vibrant, passionate, gifted. Those are the words I could use to describe him. He was the first person to make me want to read more, understand more. So I thank you, Dr. Ngcoya.
So what I would say about the way he teaches is that the students actually get to participate in his class. Students are responsible for their learning in his class. And this actually goes with how he also supervises students as well. I've been very honored to work with him, and I wish him very well and congratulate him on his award.
I mean, recognition is an important part of being a human being. So when your peers and people who are senior to you look at your work and look at your portfolio and they think that it is worthy of recognition, it is something powerful. And this recognition is important because it is saying to me that the University of KwaZulu-Natal is open to challenging, different, to innovative ways of thinking around teaching and learning.
Congratulations to our 4 distinguished teachers. The 3 certificates of excellence in teaching were awarded to Professor Ruth Hoskins in the School of Social Sciences, Professor Shenuka Singh in the School of Health Sciences, and Dr. Miranda Young-Jahangeer in the School of Arts.
My teaching style is really dependent on who I'm actually teaching. So how one actually teaches, how you deliver, your methods of delivery, your assessment techniques have to vary if you're a good educator or teacher. So at the undergraduate level, you are developing core skills that they're going to take through eventually. So for me at undergraduate, it's about transitioning that particular learner and giving them core skills, those lifelong learning skills in academic literacy, digital literacy, those writing skills.
So teaching is very exciting because I think it gives me an opportunity to reflect on my own methods of teaching as well as understand my context and how students understand the context of learning as well. I think it's very important for me to understand where students are coming from, and it's also very important to encourage students to recognize diversity and multiculturalism. In my case, I would believe in co-constructivism, where we both co-construct knowledge in terms of the experiences that we bring to the classroom. So the classroom-based teaching is an integration of the theory as well as the experiences we have to apply this into real-world settings.
Well, I teach drama, which means that we use performance in our teaching, which is, I think, in the South African context, very important because a lot of the students don't have the opportunity to firstly tell their stories, and secondly to unlock their creative potential. My first passion with community engagement came with working in Westfield Female Prison. I run a theatre project there which has been going for 18 years, which I think is one of the longest prison theatre projects possibly in the world, certainly in Africa. And we use theatre as a way to create conversations amongst women in prison about things that they are passionate about. I also think the awards are useful for and important for universities and for UKZN to showcase that we have excellence in teaching and learning in our university.
So parallel to the UKZN Distinguished Teacher Award, the DTA as it is commonly known, we have the National Teaching Excellence Award, which is hosted by the Council on Higher Education and the Higher Education Learning and Teaching Association of Southern Africa. And I am very pleased to note that over the past 5 years, UKZN has had one or more awards in the National Teaching Excellence competition.
So congratulations to all the distinguished teachers of 2018. Continue to inspire greatness.